Jerusalem. Israeli forces detained Palestinian civilians in Gaza during the two-month war and were given no information about the missing persons' whereabouts, circumstances or charges. Family members and human rights groups said. Choose Your Plan. ArrowRight Friends and family have said in more than a dozen interviews that most of those detained were captured by Israeli forces as they fled south or during raids in the north. Some were kept outside or in metal trailers for hours and then released. Others disappeared. Family members told The Washington Post that they saw their relatives, who had no connection with Hamas or the armed groups that Israeli soldiers took away at gunpoint, and had not heard from them since. Mahmoud Almadhoun, his 13-year-old son, his 72-year-old father and several relatives were detained on Thursday. That morning, Israeli tanks rolled past family homes in Beit Lahia, in the smoldering north of Gaza. The soldiers ordered them and dozens of other men out. In a widely shared video, Almadhoun, 33, is seen on the floor in his underwear among a group of men. He told the Post on Saturday that the soldiers sat for hours before tying his hands and loading him onto trucks. They burned the cars and drove to a beach somewhere between Beit Lahia and central Israel. Almadhoun was afraid he would not return. None of those detained were Hamas or fighters of any kind. He said. Israel responded with a military offensive aimed at eliminating the militant group, which commanders said was the political and military force in Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces referred their questions to Shin Bet, Israel's internal security service. Yaser Alyan told the Post that he last saw 20-year-old Ahmed Al-Lahman, whom he described as a surrogate son, walking south on November 20. The family was fleeing Beit Lahia via the Salah al-Din road, the route Israel has told People. When the family reached the Netzarim checkpoint, site of an ancient Israeli settlement, soldiers called Lahman. Alyan hasn't seen him since. Alyan said the family waited for hours until Israeli soldiers fired in their direction, warning them to leave. A relative who was detained with Lahman but was released that day told Alyan that they had stripped down to their underwear and walked past what appeared to be a facial recognition scanner. Alyan said Lahman, an amateur singer, had no connection with any organization or political orientation. So we were shocked and surprised by his arrest. The organization said it had no information. Spokesperson Sarah Davies said the ICRC received more than 3,000 reports of missing Gazans between October 7 and November 29. She could not specify how many people were detained. Almadhoun's video, which was among us shared for the first time by Israeli media, reveals scope and conditions of some arrests. Israeli media reported, without citing the source, that Hamas members were shown in the videos. Friends and family of some of those seen in the photo told the